I can't blind Rankin's place.
Sad case, huh? Maybe you might know him. A fellow named Jones, he's in the movie business. Makes industrial films, advertising films, all like that. And you be in the same general line of work, I thought you might know. But you don't, huh? Now, don't get me wrong, this guy's no lush. Well, he doesn't do this more than, well, maybe once a month at the most. I don't know if you could blame him, the kind of business he's in. Like you take what brought this on. You see, what happened was, the way he tells it, he got this call from the Wide World Widget Corporation back east. Seems like they want to make a movie. So he hops a plane, he goes back and sees this guy at Wide World.
Yes, as assistant ad manager, I have complete control over projects such as this film bit here in our shop. We've been blue skying the idea, and my thinking is that management is ready to move.
Oh, I see. Well, Mr. Phoebish, exactly what?
Just as it we're trying to do? Well, suppose I fill you in. We're thinking in terms of a film. We can show our customers our widgets and how to use them profitably. Nothing pretentious, just solid nourishment. A straightforward, hard-hitting product presentation, all meat. Think you can handle that?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Good. Now, if you can work out a nice, solid script along those lines, we'll have something to show J.B., and we can get this show on the road.
J.B.?
Mr. Cornyn, our ad manager. I want to clear it with J.B., of course. Like to have you meet him, but he's tied up today. Actually, it's too soon to bring him into the picture anyway.
See. Well, ordinarily, we like to submit a treatment first, and,
I'll furnish you all the literature and product dope on our widgets. But keep this script right to the point. No hokum, no gingerbread. J.B.'s all business, and he's the man we've got to please, concept-wise.
So Jones here gets busy and grinds out this script. And in a week or so, he carts it on back to Wide World, and he and this guy by the name of Phoebish take it in to advertising manager.
What's your immediate reaction, J.B.?
Mr. Jones, I'm going to lay it right on the line. Too much nuts and bolts. Not enough imagination.
Well, the purpose of...
Exactly my reaction, J.B. Not enough entertainment value. Not creative enough.
Gentlemen, I think we need to ask ourselves, just what are we trying to do with this film? Now, as I see it, we're not trying to peddle widgets or make a trading movie. We're trying to capture audience interest and soften them up so that the salesman can sock them with a good old hard sell. This film has to be entertaining, right?
Exactly what I had in mind.
But this thing would put Dave to sleep. And remember, we want his blessing on this thing.
Dave?
Dave Blockney, PR chief.
Director of Public Relations.
Grand chap. Love to have you meet him, but he's out of town today. Now, what we've got to have to capture Dave's interest is plenty of entertainment. The light touch. A good comedy script that weaves the widget story in deftly. Think you could handle that?
Well, yes.
Well, sorry you got off the beam on this, but I think you've got the picture now. Good, entertaining comedy is what we need. And knowing Dave as I do, he'll eat it up. Great sense of humor.
So, where was I? So Jones comes back and goes to work on another script. Day and night he's beating it out. And finally he finishes it. And it's great. Funny, you know? A lot of laughs, but still plenty about Wide World widgets worked in. So back he goes and he sees the ad manager, and up they go to see the public relations director.
It's a riot. Man, great piece of writing. Who did it? You, Jones?
Yes, sir. Glad you like it.
Thought you'd like it, Dave.
I do. I love it. Shame it's so far off base, public relations-wise.
Dave, I had that feeling exactly. Overboard on the humor, it seems to me.
But thing I'm afraid you've overlooked, Jones, is we can't have people laughing at our product, can we? We don't want people to think widgets are funny.
Yes, but you said...
It's the basic feel of the widget business that Jones here seems to miss.
I wonder if we shouldn't ask ourselves exactly what we're trying to do in this picture. Fundamentally, we're trying to glamorize widgets. Isn't that our purpose? Cause people to stop thinking of widgets as something routine and dull, and see them as objects of glamour and romance.
Certainly the terms I've been thinking in.
Well, I'm wondering if...
Entertainment without merchandising motivation is philanthropy. We need purpose.
Very good, Dave. Let me jot that down.
And our purpose is to glamorize widgets. So what we do, we make them symbols of sex.
Sex?
Exactly. That's the concept you want to develop in a script for Big Mac.
Mr. McSnair, of course, vice president in charge of sales.
Yes, I'd like to clear this with Big Mac. And if there's anything Big Mac is interested in, it's sex is what it is.
You get the picture?
Romance, glamour, widgets, sex, all rolled into one. Think you can handle that kind of challenge?
Well, yes, but couldn't we get together with...
Big Mac? No, he's in a meeting all day today. And besides, you have to have an idea down in black and white before Big Mac's ready to talk.
I insist on my rights as a citizen and a taxpayer. Come on, Joe, just a little one.
No drinks. Sorry.
You hate me.
So, the poor guy comes back and starts all over again. And this time, he pulls out all the stops. And he goes back to Wide World with a script that'll leave Big Mac Pam. Name of it is The Blonde in Bedroom B. Well, Jones and the public relations director, they sit there while the vice president for sales reads every word.
Wow.
Yes, sir?
I'll say this, young man. You certainly have an imagination. What do you think, Dave?
Mac, I've been sitting here mulling over some of the elements of it. It's an interesting concept on certain levels, but I'd like to reserve an opinion in depth till I can crystallize my thinking a little more.
I'd say this misses the boat completely.
I agree 100%.
Well, for one thing, we could never get the old man's approval on a thing like this. If his wife would ever get a look at it. Wow.
Well, in Mr. Jones' defense, Mac, we have to remember that he couldn't possibly know about our internal problems. Of course, getting completely off the beam concept-wise, well, that's something else.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Mr. Clark. You told me...
Look, let's not get excited. Now, what I'd like to do now is go back and try to decide just what we're trying to do on this picture thing. Now, as I see it, we're not just concerned with widgets, sexy or not. We've got to think bigger than that.
Absolutely. In other words, think big.
We've got to shoot for an image. Wide World Widgets Corporation as a keystone in our nation's economy.
That's the slant I've been playing around with.
But nobody told me.
Now, I mean, there's a story here. The part our company has played in the building of America. The way we helped win the war. The contributions we have made toward preserving the American way of life. Freedom, democracy, the basic aspirations of mankind. Oh, there's a hell of a lot of stuff we could cover here. Big, important, significant. You get that into your script and we've got something to show the old man.
Our president, C.R. Trubbage.
So the poor guy comes home. He's beat, you know. But he can't quit now. He's gone too far. And at least he knows he's going to get a decision from the big man himself, the boss, one way or the other. So he writes this new script, practically in blood. And it's got everything. The flag, motherhood, free enterprise, the Gettysburg Address. Name of it is The Bridge to the Stars. Well, he takes it back to show it to the big man, the president, C.R. Trubbage himself.
It's very impressive. I have only one question.
Oh, if it's about the Battle of Iwo Jima, sir, we won't have to stage it.
No,
We can get
no,
started.
that's a mere detail. The question is, what are we trying to do with this movie?
By George, that is a good question. My understanding.
And the answer is, we're trying to sell merchandise. Am I right?
Right, that's exactly what I was trying to put across to Jones here.
Now, this is all very good and very true. But where does it sell the product?
Why, that was my objection exactly, Mr. Trubbage.
Now, I'm not against the idea of a movie, but I say we should aim at our target. In other words, a straightforward, down-to-earth product presentation with no nonsense and no gingerbread.
Oh, that's a marvelous idea.
A good little picture to demonstrate to our customers how to use our product. Hard-hitting, hard-selling on the profit angle. Do you follow me?
Well, Mr. Trubbage, by sheer coincidence, I happen to have that very thing right here.
There's just one thing to keep in mind. The product we want to push, and push hard, is our new Framus. We can forget about widgets in this movie. Now, I suggest that you get together with the boys down in advertising. And if you can work up a good script on Framuses, then we'll decide whether to go ahead with the picture.
So, anyhow, that's what set him off. Not much anybody can do to help. You know, I know I'm doing all I can.
Hey, Joe, give me another drink, will you?
No, sir, Mr. Jones, no more. Not till you finish that script.